Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. There is something I've been observing, and I want you guys to mark this date. William Ruto is going to make Kimani Ichungwa more powerful, mark that, than the Deputy President, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Yesterday, Kimani Ichungwa shared some photos, two photos actually. In the first photo, he was with William Ruto and Abraham Kithure Kindiki. I think this must have been at State House. And you could tell from the body language there, the attention they were giving to Kimani Ichungwa. You can tell that they were really appreciating from this photo the role Kimani Ichungwa played in removing Rigathi Gachagua. And then later, Kimani Ichungwa shared another photo, but this time round with a caption, "Agriculture is not only crucial to our nation's economy by guaranteeing us food security, but is a key driver towards industrialization. We remain focused on the job to transform Kenya." And in the photos there, Kimani Ichungwa and William Ruto, the two of them, deep inside some wheat plantation. And I want to assume that this wheat plantation is owned by William Samoei Arap Ruto. And by the way, this is huge. It's a huge plantation. From this photo, I can safely conclude that there is a high chance that William Ruto can either make Kimani Ichungwa the Cabinet Secretary for Interior in place of Kindiki. And if that will not happen, because remember, Kimani Ichungwa is also still the majority leader in the National Assembly. The position of the majority leader actually almost equals to that of a Cabinet Secretary. So William Ruto is going to ensure that Kimani Ichungwa becomes more powerful than Kindiki. And that's exactly what I want us to explain in this video. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I want to dive straight to the point. But again, Bobi Wine made some post on his Twitter handle and of course also on his Facebook page. And in that post, he accompanied it with a picture of him and Ndindi Nyoro. For me, the post by Bobi Wine is significant, politically speaking. And I'm coming back with that analysis later today. For now, allow me to explain to you guys why I strongly believe that William Ruto is going to make Kimani Ichungwa more powerful, mark that, than Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Why? Number one, I strongly believe that Ruto is going to make Kimani Ichungwa the checkmate to Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Because remember, when William Ruto appointed Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate in 2022, and after winning the election, he did something which I explained clearly that were intended then to checkmate Rigathi Gachagua. He appointed Kimani Ichungwa as the majority leader. By doing that, it meant that Kimani Ichungwa had a platform. And that platform would mean that wherever the president was, Kimani Ichungwa had to speak. Still holding that position, and therefore he will still use that. He also appointed Moses Kuria. You know the role Moses Kuria was playing there. And the elevation of Ndindi Nyoro as the chair of the budget committee. For those who don't know, Ndindi Nyoro, the moment he was appointed as the chair of the budget committee, members of parliament started trooping to his office. Nataka hii shule wekwe hapo kwa budget. I want this road, please put it for me. So Ruto did it deliberately so that most of the MPs would then start working very closely with Ndindi Nyoro. And that's how Ndindi Nyoro then emerged. But now Kindiki has been appointed as a deputy president in a situation where the sitting deputy president was removed from office, and also the office, people are saying, okay, the office is now not that very powerful. Checkmate is required. The person who is going to checkmate Kindiki, because you know Kindiki will be very powerful. The person who is going to checkmate him is this gentleman called Kimani Ichungwa. So William Ruto is going to make it. So William Ruto is going to make Kimani Ichungwa very powerful. Number two, Ruto is also going to reward. Number two, William Ruto is also going to make Kimani Ichungwa more powerful as a reward for his role in removing Rigathi Gachagua. It was not an easy thing for a leader from the mountain to rise up to the occasion. In fact, you see that Madira member of parliament who defied Rigathi, I suspect he might even be made the chair of the budget committee, just as a reward. So William Ruto is going to reward Kimani Ichungwa because Kimani Ichungwa became the sole face pushing for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua when the ground in the mountain was totally against that impeachment. Remember, even the finance bill, Kimani Ichungwa really pushed. Someone like Ndindi Nyoro had to hide. Up to now. In fact, he's likely to be removed as the chair of the budget committee. So what is going to reward him? I want you to listen to this video, which was in September. Around 15th September. William Ruto had attended a church service somewhere in Nairobi. And Kimani Ichungwa delivered a speech that most Kenyans will still remember. It's around 2 minutes, but just watch it so that you can understand why Ruto is going to make him more powerful. Listen.
But just as it was about to now settle down and start warming Kenyans, nyoka anakuja anajifungilia kwa mkono. Anamrudisha nyuma. Rais, unajua wewe umeitwa majina mengi. Sitaki nirudie yengine hapa isisemekane ni mimi nimekubatiza. Lakini kutoka Zakayo umeitwa na ukakubali in order to get us to the show safely. Pia Rais, unajua hivi majuzi, just like our bishop has told us, even from fellow countrymen and even people in your team that you work with, you have been christened as a cunning hare, ambaye ameuliza mwenzake waenda wakachape mabibi zao, na sisi wengine tukaitwa hyenas. Unajua wengine tumeitwa barking dogs and you are the dog owner. But I want to tell you, Excellency, take heart. Haya mambo yote, yale majina yote utaitwa, yale matusi yote utatukanwa, just get this country to the show safely. Because if you trust in God, and the Lord that has gotten you to where you are and gotten our country to where we are, will deliver this country and get us to show safely, and we'll be a safe and prosperous nation. Don't be afraid. Shake off the snake. That viper on your hand, Your Excellency, the viper, the snake in your government, please shake it off. Shake it off, Your Excellency. Shake it off, not for your own sake so that it doesn't bite you. Shake off the snake on your hand so that your hand may do what the Lord purposed that hand to do, to deliver our country safely to the shore. Kwa hayo mengi, Mungu awabariki Governor, na kualika Your Excellency Governor wa Nairobi.
Number 3, for William Ruto to be able to still control Mount Kenya members of parliament, he needs a very powerful Kimani Ichungwa. And that's why, as much as Ruto might appoint Kimani Ichungwa as a cabinet secretary for interior, he might just decide to retain him there. Why? Because as a majority leader, Kimani Ichungwa works very closely with members of parliament. Then how can the members of parliament swear their allegiance to him? He must be made very powerful. I know most of you are asking why or how. You should ask yourself why Oscar Sudi is more powerful or was more powerful than Rigathi Gachagua, when Rigathi Gachagua was the deputy president. So that's exactly what Ruto is going to do to Kimani Ichungwa. It's going to make Kimani Ichungwa more powerful than Kindiki moving forward. You see, the government will just unleash state machinery to Kimani Ichungwa. Everybody will be told, Kimani akipiga simu, pick. Ama ukitaka hiki tuende kwa Kimani. And that will be it. So in my view, he wants to control members of parliament from the mountain. And therefore the members of parliament from the mountain must be able to see that Kimani Ichungwa is actually powerful. Just like you see Oscar Sudi here, very powerful. If you're a member of parliament, just go to him, your issues will be sorted. It's not even anybody in parliament. Yeah. So that's exactly what Ruto is going to do to Kimani Ichungwa, to enable him engage directly with the members of parliament. Because one of the mistakes Rigathi did was failing to work with the members of parliament. William Ruto would not want a situation where Kindiki, being a smart guy, would try and correct that and start working with the members of parliament directly. That will be left to Kimani Ichungwa. Number 4, which is very, very important, is that William Ruto would need someone from the mountain who can deal with Rigathi Gachagua. And on my own assessment, the only 2 individuals who can deal with Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain is Moses Kuria and Kimani Ichungwa. But Moses Kuria was removed as a cabinet secretary, which means he cannot now play politics, because of course he might not have the same platform he used to have as a cabinet secretary. Ichungwa, having pushed for the finance bill against the ground, having pushed for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, is the only person William Ruto can trust to deal with Rigathi Gachagua. I doubt if, for example, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki can take those assignments that he's told, okay, can you go and harass Rigathi Gachagua? There are certain things the professor cannot do. Based on his character, his demeanor, intellect cannot allow him to do certain things. Kimani Ichungwa will do those things, those dirty works. So Ruto would need someone who can ruthlessly deal with Rigathi Gachagua in the mountain and his allies. That person is none other than Kimani Ichungwa. But the only way to do that is to empower him, which means he must be elevated beyond the deputy president. And of course, there is also the politics of the Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West. Kindiki comes from East, Tharaka to be precise. Kimani Ichungwa comes from West, Kiambu to be precise. Kiambu, the highest voting block from the mountain, I think across the country. Tharaka, one of those small ones. Yeah. So as we speak, Mount Kenya East are embracing Kindiki. West are not embracing Kindiki. Which means Ruto must empower Kimani Ichungwa from West so that they can also see their son playing somewhere. I also think that maybe the broad-based government could also be a reason, because Kindiki, Kindiki is not that very powerful politician. The shrill voice is making him not to be that forceful politician. As a deputy president would want to unite the country. But ODM now is in a position where they can dictate things. So they need someone who can put a brake to their demands. The only person there is Kimani Ichungwa. So Ruto will have to elevate Kimani Ichungwa. Without doing that, I think William Ruto is done and dusted in the mountain. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.